the seize combo with the nade, plus that sit grab nade with the nade. So a lot of kill trap potentials for Nova here.
Okay, that's exciting. And obviously for KRU, that then puts our maybe a little bit of a different lens on how they approach this game. Obviously, we had first-hand experience. We'll kind of dive into that and how that's tailoring our expectations, because my eyes instantly go towards Dodds here, who had a belting start in their previous series up against Giant X on this map as well. That was highly impressive. A lot of question marks about the confidence and kind of getting that tempo right. So again, have to see if that continues here. Coming off of that win is always good, but again, pretty much you've got to keep in mind that they snowballed that game too. That confidence became sky high. And there were doubts of if Dodds could do that again. Can she hit that similar form?
Absolutely. And KRU are doing a fantastic job here, just defaulting around the map. They've already wasted a couple of stage slows, and you can see Monch just working at this deadlock wall. That was a lot of bullets out of that ghost. But now the defenders should be spread thin. You can see that fade, Icebox, she's making that rotate to help out her teammate and Shirazi, but the slam is on.
Yeah, but they stalled out. Something slowed them down. They didn't like it. And Dodds already going down. That removes that burst towards that B site. They've done really well at denying that instant spring up. Looking for a fight in the middle, though. Michaela's got that. So opening up an opportunity, and now I look towards maybe what Monch is up to, right? How much progress has she achieved towards A?
Yeah, KRU just have to slow down and reset. They should be pretty happy about this, though. 4v4, and now the defenders, they've got to be spread out. And Cheer, you saw the omen on Nova already burning out that blind, so this retake's gonna be tough.
Yeah, this is going to get tricky. Shirazi, though, well handled. Got a little excited for more, and I'm a bit surprised that Icebox didn't swing with that at the same time.
The Molly,
2 HP, gets to survive for a second and fall away. But with 10 seconds remaining, they got to go. There is no time for hesitation. The cross, oh my God. I mean, they got a little too close to sight there, but still, Nova first found. This is a tick in the box for me.
Yeah, a little bit of hesitation coming out for KRU. You know, it's a pistol round. Certainly you want to swarm and get into the faces of the defenders, and KRU had that opportunity. Great response. You see Cheer trading out that paranoia with the sage slow. So a decent response, but yeah, this choke point here at A main. Shirazi, certainly that grab net maybe caught KRU off guard just a little bit. So for KRU's side, they're going to be wanting to talk to each other about that. Just start playing, planning, and making some sort of solution. And Clem, she's just going to farm away, get these eco kills.
And this is so good for the confidence, though, for Nova, right? Because, again, KRU, I think, fixed a lot of their issues in that previous series up against Giant X. They kind of, I guess, put us back into like, okay, this is what they wanted to perform like. This is how they were looking before. You know, this is what you wanted to see. But for Nova, obviously a hard game when they had to face down G2, losing, what is it, 0-2. Pretty clear-cut affair in the end. So already to a good start is massive for them. That's got to get that confidence building, and Clem being pretty much everywhere. So far, step for step, got to be careful to not get overwhelmed. There's the flash and actually committing towards the corner. Still has a satchel if needed. But for now, the support system's there. Everyone brawling out on this. It's not an individual fight. Man, Nova are confident on this.
Just ponging off of the ping for Clem so well. And that's clean. Everyone full HP, not a lick of damage on the side of KRU. Nova are going to be very satisfied with that. I do wish it was Clem who was farming those kills a little bit more. That would have been amazing for this bonus round for Nova. But either way, well handled for the side of Nova. And for KRU,
I'm just checking how many light shields were coming across there, because it was a really clean round too, but it's only one. So Outlaw not going to be as much of a problem, but hey, can still do some serious work. But yeah, for KRU though, this has got to be a very different start, right? This is maybe not how they expected the things, you know, the ball to get rolling.
We'll see exactly how they handle it. Looks like it's just going to be a spread default. And Monch, you already saw her handling that deadlock wall on pistol. This time around, it's going to be that trap, fade and raise paired together. And KRU did a pretty decent job on pistol, burning out this util. This time around, you see that deadlock wall and that trap. It's going to be up to Dodds to trade kit for kit, kind of burn all of this down. Interesting panda as well from the defenders.
Yeah, just let me simmer for a bit here, right? I just want to see how KRU navigate this new conundrum they've been faced with. This deadlock utility, how they decide to operate around that, how then they want to take towards the sites. This double stack up here is really nice too. Again, they don't have the best weaponry, so in this bonus, why not take a bit of a gamble? And Clem could get played in well. There it is, yeah. Lovely
Beautiful.
synergy. This is so good from Nova. I can't stress enough how much I love teams taking a bit of a risk, going for something a little unorthodox in these bonuses to try and win out in those win cons that aren't traditionally there. So now Nova can kind of maybe cheat over a player if they fancy it. They don't feel the need to just yet. Icebox going to get good information. Clem still chipping away. Look at Kinnear's HP. Clem putting on a show and gets to tuck back in towards Pillar. There is a wrap through CT, but I think that's been noted, especially with that deep smoke. Clem gonna alleviate some of that pressure. 10 seconds, they gotta go. Clem still buying time and dropping bodies. 7 seconds now. Nova are doing so much work. Biazik may be able to get the plant, but to find any more, oh, it's not gonna happen! Nova, a dream come true sort of round. And they were the masters of their own fate there.
They did so well handling this hit from KRU, just moving along the map. You saw that reset coming through from Alyssa. She said, I don't want to fight that A heaven. It's all good. Going down into the vents and regrouping with her team. And those kind of macro fundamentals coming through make this map a defense-sided map. So this is a huge bonus round win for Nova. And that momentum is going to be incredible for them going through in this first half.
Yeah, and remind yourself, in case you missed the previous games, right? This is KRU's map choice, and they looked good last time we saw them. This feels like a step up here. Nova flexing a little of their variety. That deadlock looking solid, and it hasn't been solved yet by KRU. They haven't looked completely comfortable with it. It's slowed down some of these hits, and it's a quiet beginning for Dodds. 0-3, struggling to make that, first big impact here. And of course, the finances gonna be in pieces. Sheriffs and a stinger. Simplistic approach, though.
And we talked about that player comfort. We saw it yesterday from Dodds playing that jet. Mitch was talking about it on the desk on the last map. This time around, Clem changing off of that neon. She looks so comfortable on this race so far. Just being free, getting loose. And these eco kills, we talked about it on the last eco. I'm expecting her to really get activated here. Try to find those lines, get a lot of these outlaw kills, and get that showstopper online as soon as possible.
Yeah, and Dodds just isn't getting played in much here. Yes, they've got space towards heaven, but no one's taken a comfortable fight for her, so she's going to have to take a bit more of a gamble to try and gap close. It's not going to happen. Nova again, arm's length. This is brilliant from Nova. Hard for KRU to get that next step in. Now, Kinnear and Michaela hoping for mistakes. Trying to capture one, going to at least pinch towards Alyssa, so that's the site now open for a plant. Still going to be difficult, but a recovered rifle in hand to Michaela could help things out. Clem's still alive.
Not ready yet.
Still got the paranoia as well. A couple of key tools here. Let's see what Michaela can do. The one with the rifle. Vandal there, playing up close on the smoke.
Great reposition, great
Michaela,
reposition.
look at this. Brilliant. But Kinnear only has the Sheriff. Tough to make work for bullets. No time for a reload and hoping the time's right. KRU reminding us of their threat here with a MasterCard Thrifty. After I thought they stalled out towards heaven, but they made it towards site.
Yeah, these thrifty rounds they get so dangerous, and it's just those individual micro decisions coming through. You saw it there, that small reposition coming through here at that screens area, using both smokes to the defender's disadvantage. Huge reads coming out through here for KRU. Here it is right here. And once again, Kinnear, another reposition towards the left of that screen as well. You saw that 1v1, that her opponent just wasn't expecting it at all.
And Kinnear was a bit of a closer as well, right? You kind of had the entries. Well, I mean, she's opening up the rounds as well. There we are, a little bit of fight back in KRU. Maybe it just took that moment to start feeling out the game. We're looking at the ults as well coming here. We've got Clem, hers ready to go. One away from Shirazi's. Icebox has hers. Michaela on the other side, and of course Kinnear as well. So, and actually Biazik only one off too. So this is all going to be in place.
Yeah, and you saw them just throwing that Sage slow orb towards that B main, slicing the pie, and that just left Cheer all on her lonesome, committing to that Omen TP. So huge punish coming through here for KRU, but look at Clem. Up in hand, and that showstopper ready to just react, a multi-kill at her feet.
Yeah, looking for Clem to find connection, find a shot under pressure.
Ow.
Has to try and fight forward.
Oh,
I don't think you're getting out, you're not. Tucked into the corner and denied. Dodds the one to send down that paint shell. Now down to 3, starting to dwindle in numbers. And Icebox's curiosity, though, has rewarded them massively. Michaela gone. That might shut the door on this a touch.
Yeah, huge plays coming out here for Nova and Icebox, and that allows her to get that Fade ultimate online as well. Should allow some sort of stopping power. We've been seeing some incredible combos giving KRU openings here, and there's a chance for Nova to use one here.
Yeah, this is nice though, and Alyssa's here. Might just peek that smoke. Yeah, absolutely does. It is a great combination. Alyssa on that fast rotate over, making the most of that ult from Icebox, leaving now the odds stacked against KRU. No time, no options. And look, you can go down swinging, but you're going down. Shirazi closing account, but what a fight back from Nova.
The response was impressive. That was KRU finding 2 kills based off that Sage utility. The combos you were talking about, Lauren, got so much value to start this round. But my goodness, Alyssa just in the nick of time, pushing EMEA, trying to find some sort of equalizer, and is rewarded with much more than that.
Yeah, just watching that back. Really nice. And that was quite a late round rotation back towards A. That could have been anywhere, right? They had that bit of a trade out between the two of them over towards B, so those TPs coming in by the Omens. But timeout for KRU. A proper timeout, don't worry. It's not the other shade of red that I know. But at this point, it's certainly not going to the same tempo as before, because we got a good eye test with KRU, I feel. We saw them in good form. What's different here? Is it the composition? Is it the way Nova are responding? Because Nova didn't look this comfortable against G2. By no means. So it feels like a very different matchup already.
Yeah, definitely not going the way of KRU's plans to start here. But I've been loving these timeouts coming out for the side of KRU. You know, we saw it yesterday. Bebe and the IGL here, Biazik, they've been planning a lot of things. And even on these low buys, they've had some beautiful set pieces, so I'm expecting another one of those to bust out. And to be honest, KRU have gotten a little bit unlucky these last couple of rounds, so I think they should be okay. This is a nice little reset for them to regarner reinforce their game plan, essentially. And for Nova's side, I mean, 2 huge ultimates still in that back pocket. That's pretty much 2 rounds in a row here that we can expect them to be in a power position to just control the pace here.
Yeah, it commands the respect, right? You can't really disrespect that, and this is the right read. We know on their anti-ecos, they like to go for this kind of ramp approach. We saw it before, and actually it was the one round that KRU got. It was going for these kind of sheriffy half buys. Nova trying to react by adjusting the plays over. You've already got Shirazi here, but it's still going the same way. Kinnear, Dodds finding similar success. Ult just came down as well. That was posted out by Shirazi. Finds almost nothing at this point. The site's lost.
Decisive so far. Now, the last time Nova were in this exact position, they were able to somehow, some way find magic in a round like this. But the utility, the ults for a retake, this is a tall task. They've got to find a pick right now.
And I just don't know if KRU's going to give them much room here. Look at these positions tucked in deep, ratty corners. Hard to even find that first contact without committing towards sight. Look how far they're having to go just to find this. Dodds on the swing finds the kill. Yeah, Alyssa's got one, Shirazi as well, but Dodds picking up the pace a bit. And look, it's those MasterCard thrifties that KRU seem to thrive in. These have been their 2 rounds they've claimed, both towards that A side. Very similar look, and I almost feel for Nova in a way. They adjusted Shirazi over here, tried to invest that wall, but hey, Kinnear and Dodds can disrespect that scale up towards ramp super fast, and that tempo working out really well.
Beautiful response from Dodds. Just the mechanical prowess, always making any of these weapons work for themselves. And that showstopper online. Now Dodds is an aggressive player. There's a Viper ultimate up. No, she doesn't go instantly this time. Just gonna use her better weaponry. Oh, she's okay, she's okay.
You seemed way more confident than I was, damn. But again, it is Sheriffs coming out. So for KRU, a good chance to build up their finances as well, because it is quite...
Oh, Shirazi.
Shirazi just comes out swinging, what the hell? Actually, they're just gonna push off this. Maybe try and get a couple more bodies dropped. I think there's much more to be had, and look at the space taken on the other side. Monch has pretty much secured them the round here, opened up the red carpet. So as it stands, I mean, I was surprised that the money's broken this quickly. It's still, I guess, quite a back and forth game in that factor. Nova didn't fully stabilize their finances by any means, so covered weapon. I imagine that'll be dropped over. Yeah, it has been.
Spike planted.
Yeah, Monch has been such a thorn in the side of Nova's just defenses here towards A. From the start, it seems like no matter what, Monch in the mid round, at least on split so far, she's able to find that pick, and get that space. This round, it wasn't anti-eco, but she did do it on a gun round before. So I think if I'm Nova right now, I'm thinking about either making a push towards B main or making a push towards this A, find a way to go punish this Viper. We talked about the fact that Clem has 2 different agents that she can lean onto and find those 2 different combos for the playmaking. So we'll see. It is Icebox and Clem together, but it doesn't look like they want to push at all this round.
Yeah, I was waiting to see if they have like a little setup in mind. They want to maybe take that A main space and just kind of like go a little bit deeper, go for a fact-finding mission. Can you imagine with Shirazi playing out as she has been? The map gets quite small actually for KRU if they did decide to be a bit more aggressive on this defending side. Not the case. It does seem as though the Viper's pit towards middle seems to be the solution.
Explode.
Yeah.
They've got the Raze ult, just gonna pop.
Oh, does Shirazi get away? No, Dodd's gonna catch that. And Biazik! How the hell did you catch that one through smoke on the other side?
Yeah, you gotta respect the effort coming from Cheer, but Biazik just aware, and at this point, man, you're already thinking about saving if you're Nova. You've got the operator in the hands of Clem. If they don't find a pick here, this is so tough.
Yeah, I feel like it's a call for a save, but no, they are still looking. They're getting pretty close for this. I'd be very surprised if KRU give them a way in here. They absolutely should be cautious. But yeah, Alyssa already cancelling, and you can see them slowly but surely shifting out of here, keeping hold of those prized possessions. And a really nice approach there from KRU. Kind of, again, simplistic, very direct, explosive towards the site, and just banking on some of the ults that they had, right? Dodd's investing, Michaela as well. Perfect use in synergy. Dodd's going to be denied, trying to gap close, but they can walk away kind of almost square at this point. So for Nova, gonna have to find a couple new looks for themselves. I don't think we've seen a timeout from them yet, so I would be interested to see if maybe they decide to check in, see what the game plan is, anything standing out to the coaches.
Yeah, I think the perfect timing would be about right now. They need to start talking about how to handle this A main space. Last round, they had an opportunity for Icebox to throw a Prowler, maybe throw that Haunt towards that A, find out where they're opening. But you saw that they were staying very far back. They didn't want to give Dodds a free opening. But it just so happens Dodds was at B going for an explosive play anyway. So either way, Nova, they've got to find the information. Where are KRU starting? Is it going to be towards B main or A main? So that they can at least have an answer for these explosive starts.
And that's hopefully what they come up with in this timeout, right? I would love to see a deeper exploration towards any of the extremities, be it on that A side. Maybe you want to try and isolate the Viper, right? Maybe that's where you want to go for. Maybe you're hoping that maybe Dodds isn't there that time. Cool, go for that. A challenge towards B main. We've seen a couple opportunities, a couple Omen TPs here and there, but again, get a little proactive, flex a little bit throughout this map. I want to see how comfortable Nova are in this, right? Again, it's that test of that diligence at this point, but for KRU, starting to look like the rhythm's falling into their hands. You kind of look at the timeline here as well. Yes, started very well for Nova. 3 in succession. That conversion of the bonus round was the big tick in the box there, kind of that utilization of the Outlaw, that nice little double stack, these sort of ideas. But since then, it has turned into a bit more of a KRU affair. So we go back in, let's see if they do try and fact find a little deeper. Doesn't look like that's the case with this mid-start coming out.
Just gonna leave Icebox to her own devices. This is definitely one of those differences in comp changes. Nova had that Sky before, was able to give her information. Doesn't matter though. She's able to find and punish Dodds on a timing. Huge opening for Clem as well. That's a duelist down, and these Sage slows have been so crucial for KRU to find these opening picks. Just Konir towards this B main. And that slows things down entirely for KRU.
Yeah, there's a smoke towards middle. The dog's just been shown, but it's already been noted, right? You can already see this happening.
Here.
But caught out. Kanir on that deeper line didn't get visually checked, so managed to slip sight on the shift out. Still got the spike on the way. This is not out of the woods yet. KRU still looking a little bit dangerous. They know that Michaela's in middle. There was a dog earlier. 3-play push towards it. Still going to get one, which is pretty impressive. And the Viper's Pit invested towards B, making this post plant a little bit more difficult. Any tools, just the C's. And already you can see the reposition from Kanir as well, seeing a little bit disconnected towards main. I quite like that. Got the smoke coming in. Great paranoia as well. And this is stalling out this retake perfectly.
Yeah, Monch doesn't have a Viper's, rather the Molly though, ready.
Oh, knows the angle, knows the angle, the distance so well, and puts it down to a 1v1. KRU navigating that issue with absolute diligence. Loved the line from Kinnear in towards B, denying any vision, which was quite surprising. I thought potentially she would have had that line there. Not the case. And again, the Viper's pick coming down, that pressure towards middle. Still going to get the kill for Michaela as well. A lot of things lining up now for KRU.
And it definitely didn't look that way in the beginning. Dodds just giving away a freebie like she did, but that's really what has gotten KRU these last 4 rounds in a row. They have gone back to keeping it very simple. It's been these B pops and A pops in the mid round that have really caught Nova off guard. This time, a little bit more spread out. And it looks like KRU are actually going to default a little bit. I think this opens up the round for Nova to call for some sort of mid-round play. You can see that deadlock wall down towards B. It should allow the defenders to really be grouped up, put all their focus towards mid. They've got 30 seconds or so of not having to worry about this B main.
Yeah, a new look shown. Again, that deeper or different investment from Shirazi. And not much being given away. The deepest, I guess, or most committed piece of utility is this dog so far. Up towards ramp, sending in Monch behind it. Could just post her up here behind the wall. Yeah, going to keep her head down. Prowler go toward main and not checked on here. So a bit of indecision with the spike though. I think they're still looking for where they want to finish.
Cheer is about to run into a double peek at B main. She does have to use her blind, but that should buy her enough space. Monch. Oh, Nova, they've got to be remembering how much space is up because Monch is an incredible lurk timing now.
30 See, there it is. Brilliant timing again on these little avenues they're finding. And Icebox is in trouble here. Oh no! I thought Icebox getting caught out there. It's all falling apart, man. KRU suddenly shifting up a gear.
This round was so well called from Biazik on the side of KRU. Nova had no idea where to start. In the mid rotate towards that B, it was just an A slam either way. And a crossfire here for KRU should hold strong. And Dodds, it's all good. Yeah, Shirazi, she's just got to try to save at this point. But a Spectre, okay, at least she does get a Vandal, thank God. But yeah, I mean, KRU, this whole entire round was just a mind game. From starting at mid, then towards A main, then towards B, Nova had no idea where to commit and where to even stack.
With their players.
Right.
Yeah, the amount of times you talked about this, though, getting that information, trying to build around it, right? Fact-finding a little earlier, putting some investment behind. I want to give credit here as well to KRU for exploiting this so well, but I want to see Nova get a grip on that, right? That's something that I wish the penny had dropped a little sooner for them, and maybe it still will, but I'm worried that now financially they don't have the backing to even be able to handle them if they do find where they are, if they do locate this, but this could be tough. I'm waiting to see if they maybe go for something towards the safe side. Seeing a lot of players here, maybe just a stack potentially. I'm just waiting to see what they go for into this one. Maybe go for a little bit of a trap play.
Could work out. Definitely set up Clem to be able to use the showstopper in the mid round, make a decision anyway. But for Nova, they know how broke KRU is. Rather, KRU know how broke Nova is. So they should just be sitting back and really just waiting to punish any sort of shenanigans.
They're beautiful. They have been punished.
Yep.
And KRU seems so heads up about it, right? Look at how they're ready for this. And that's got to feel frustrating for Nova. Again, the first time you're really going for these riskier approaches and you just get kind of thwarted back like that. But a good chance to build up some of these ults for that final round as well. Already got Biazik sitting on hers the whole time. It feels like she hasn't had to use this. Michaela, big info. I think your start reading this is going to be very much a stack here.
Ooh, actually, I really like that GravNet lineup that Shirazi just threw. There was a chance for Clem to ping pong off of that with her kit as well. But either way, KRU, they've had enough. They got all the information they needed. They saw that the showstopper was towards A, so they're making the right moves in this anti-eco. In full control. The rifle is shifting, but Monch is just, she's holding the perimeter.
It feels like a checkmate position there, and it is. There goes the key piece of weaponry that could have been a big impact factor. 30 seconds and now KRU, again, I have to give credit until
Wait a minute.
Alyssa, both swinging from the smoke here. Finally that res comes in. We're back up to numbers. Clem gonna find one. It's not done yet. Clem with that showstopper could be everything. Pops it early, finds it from afar. Clem's name up in lights as Biazik now in the 1v2. Time's on her side. How How much can she do from here? Oh! What a shot from Clem! Back from the dead and putting KRU in their grave. There is life in this team yet.
Right in the nick of time as well. I was just thinking, man, Clem unfortunately has been holding on to that ult for way too long, but she was just cooking up to be able to use it right in the nick of time. And they wasted that Sage res as well coming through. Oh my goodness. So that's thrifty for thrifty. Both teams stealing away rounds in this first half that they had no business winning.
Yeah, that actually has been, this is minimum 3 thrifty round conversions now. Minimum.
Love it.
That's
Love me some thrifties, Lauren.
Ah, it's those deagles, huh? Can't get enough of them. By this point, though, that's got to get a fire under Nova, right? We've been talking about getting Clem back into this too. Maybe that's the confidence there.
We've seen this look coming out from KRU before. It's that simple B pop. Cheer has been doing a good job handling it. And this deadlock utility should help. Those Sky ults, though.
Does anyone get caught? No, actually, I'm a little surprised Shirazi was able to stay alive and thrive in this. Again, I thought she was dead to rights early on, but not the case. 2v2 now. Spike get to go over. But you're looking at this position coming out towards Heaven. Monch keeping a lot of space here. It is considered
position,
but finding Clem like that is perfect.
And now they know exactly where Icebox was. Beautiful Molly coming through here for Monch to buy herself some time. Repositioning to give her teammate a backup and timing now.
2 Prowlers. 10 seconds on the horn, you don't really have the time for it, so Icebox.
Oh, that sound cue.
That might have put a pin in this one. Yeah, Monch again. Lovely positioning up on Heaven, just kind of re-shifting around towards Rafters. 5-7. I've got to say, a big recovery from KRU. Start of this game, Nova looked deadly. Beyond that, though, this is very much back in control by KRU, but do they get to close this out as simply as that last couple of rounds looked?
Red Bull gives you wings.
And at 5-7, it does feel like quite a close affair, but then we get into the details of it, right, Christine? Let's kind of dial in a little bit on this one. Obviously, the Coinbase Econ report on the screens there, you can kind of take a look at yourselves, Kinnear towards the top end, but still, the way the rounds fell is kind of curious, because initially, I didn't want to discredit KRU, but a lot of those were thrifty turns, right? Kind of didn't feel like they'd find repeatable success, but actually they did. They went on a real run of rounds, they found their rhythm. But it's still 5-7. It still looks on paper a very close game.
Yeah, absolutely. I do think that once we shift over, Nova have a taller task on their hands on this attack side than they did on the defense. But to be honest, both these comps are very similar. I mean, we saw a lot of trap plays with the Sage Raze combo with the slows to give KRU those opening kills. Hey, it's the same thing for Nova. They've got this grab net lineup. They can throw it across and find opening kills in that way as well. I am a little bit worried about the flashless comp. You know, we saw it catching them on the defense without that Skybird, giving them that info to get those rotates across. It's kind of the same thing on this attack side as well. If they don't find picks with these traps, they're in for a tough half here.
Well, let's find out if that comes into effect. At 5-7, it could be anyone's game. I think a lot of people on paper looking at KRU to be the favorites, but Nova coming out swinging and going for a very Fast walk up middle. Paint shot, gonna send them scrambling, but still, they didn't give away too much here.
Yeah, that's some good intuition from Dodds, though. I mean, she didn't see a soul there, but she definitely did disrupt slightly. That does speed up Nova to make it into roast. Mikaela hearing everything.
Got flash, wants to swing, but actually going to be thwarted away. Can't commit towards that. Second flash in, trying to stall out. Buy time for rotation. Dodds now here. Prowler goes through, but they scramble down towards ramp. But look at who's tucked into the corner. This could be an issue. Biazik has a pocket to play from. No one's looking, but it doesn't matter. Apparently, it makes no difference at all as we're left down into a 2v2. Time for the plant and the post-plant reposition. You got to wait for those rotations.
They're so far away here. Nova, they should be feeling pretty confident to set up in a more optimal post-plant. They've got a little bit of time with that deadlock wall cutting off the rotates and spawn, but they don't feel confident enough to walk out yet. Either way, for the defenders, they've got to clear every corner coming out of these screens.
All they've really got is that paranoia. Smoke goes in. First peek made. That paranoia, they feel confident that's going to at least remove one, but Nova shifting back so well there. Takes that early contact and makes them work for the dinner. Nova are good in these pistols, man.
Certainly, they had the key sort of group up, ride or die mentality, and it really made Biazik's job just a nightmare towards that hell. Too many targets for her to choose from, and things get a little sloppy, but Nova absolutely taking advantage of that. Shirazi feeling herself, and Shirazi's been such a pivotal part of just kind of catapulting this team forward with that momentum, and she's mainly been the Viper force, but she looks good on this deadlock right now so far.
So far, so good. Now, looking at the investment, shotguns galore. They've been watching one too many Sliggy streams. I'm seeing all of this happening. We've got Biazik, we've got Dodds. We even have a little shorty towards Kinnear. So a couple of issues to try and avoid, and a deep position from Dodds that could be an issue, right? But it feels like Nova are aware that they could be up to something, right? You're feeling no resistance in middle. Something feels off.
For sure, and you know, this is one of the advantages of having the Fade double Prowler, one more dog than the Sky. Definitely different trade-offs for sure, but this Prowler should catch that Bucky, and that sound cue should alert. Huge trap plays coming through.
Well played by Nova. That was really well considered and then handled. Yeah, really happy with that.
I would like them to just min-max this entire round, grab the orb, put the spike down for Clem, and really rack up all these ult orbs, but either way, this should be a calm, clean, cool, anti-eco post plan is what it's looking like for Nova. But these thrifties in this half, in this game, on this map, have been shenanigans so far. But these Buckies, these shorties, it's tough on a retake like this.
Yeah, look, this is uphill. I think it might be a give it up to the spike at this point.
Hey, I want Nova to send in a warrior here. Send in.
Who's feeling brave? Who's sending
drop
in?
that ghost over to Clem and send her in there.
Get to work.
Go get your eco kills. Come on now.
Next time there's a coach cam and it cuts to you doing that, I'm like, I know what she's saying. I know what she's saying. I got this. All right, so giving it up to the spike. No stress in the end. KRU gonna have to just navigate these next couple of rounds themselves, right? It was a slow start in the first half, and then they kicked into the buy rounds. They got into the motion of it. I've got to say, though, Nova already looking solid. I like what I'm seeing. They didn't fall for any of the traps. They were very heads up about clearing their corners, going through diligent checks. This is good stuff for me. I'm happy with that. And now, ult progress-wise, I mean, Shirazi's still a ways off, but not too bad. Dodds on the other side is keeping my attention. Halfway to that showstopper, not quite ready into this, but still. What is the start here?
We've definitely been seeing those combos from both sides. The Sage Slow Orb with the nade, or the Grav Ned with the nade. Bonus round here for Nova, and I really like this. All 5 members are absolutely grouped up here. They're just waiting for the Skybird to come through. A little impatient though. They're just gonna go ahead and group and come through here. They're just trying to swarm. They're looking for the count, some sort of cue.
And it just seems to go off this. You can see the little combo, but
that
didn't
Viper
quite catch.
orb missed.
Huh. That might be a little bit of an issue, but let's see. Okay. I mean, what are you meant to do about that? Mikaela, just a shot in the dark, and it's found its reward. Already Clem gone. That's a problem as well. Out of all the players, using on Clem, All right, I mean, Alyssa's up for the challenge. Going to pick up that mantle, going to chip away towards that A-side defense. And Biazik now going to be isolated. Doesn't really have much support. You can see the lean through from CT, but maybe Biazik doesn't need support. Monch gets there fast. Trying to at least trade back in, leaving just 2 on the site. This was a bonus, remember. But there is still this Phantom in Shia's hands. It's Monch on the swing. Where's the support? Where's the trade? Shia just waiting behind the site. I mean,
30 seconds left.
It is a 1v2. It's not impossible, but now without the plant down, this gets infinitely harder. Double stacked up. It looked possible. A little nervous there. And it felt like maybe a miscommunication or something happened in that.
Yeah, Monch responding pretty well, though, just immediately busting out of that screens as soon as her teammate gets contact. So good responses from KRU, all things considered. I mean, that was all of Nova grouped, all 5 members just waiting to explode on. And you saw those Sage slow orbs really delaying that hit and creating kind of chaos for the side of KRU. They handled it pretty well, though, gotta say.
All right, now we get into the fun things, right? We get to see those better purchases coming in. It's a little bit of a shakier buy. We can still see a Judge coming out. We're going to see a Guardian and a Bulldog. It's not perfect from KRU, but again, we start to get into the gun round, start to see how this one happens. And Kinnear caught in the middle of no man's land. How little the plan was.
A little bit overzealous there, holding a line on a main choke point on her Losum. Unfortunate, but Biazik, this should be good information. Her teammate should be telling her how many members she saw towards that B main, so I wouldn't be surprised if we see Biazik taking a risk, but she's gonna go back and just hold the perimeter.
And they've got contact now across the map. It feels like KRU's trying to find this information, something we actually wanted Nova to do, but they're actually exploring behind it. We're seeing already that deeper push coming out from Dodds with a player disadvantage. So again, clearing out B main, contact again towards A. They're going to shift over a player. Looks like Monch now has...
KRU have so much information. They should be sending their Sky, Mikaela, over towards A, and with those flashes, there's a lot of playmaking potential here for KRU.
Yeah, I was worried about that scale up because of the Judge there, but it's quickly quelled by Clem. Say that 10 times fast. Brutal. 3 players left alive, but the plant going to come in, and they've got security on this site. Yes, there is a flank on the way, but maybe I shouldn't doubt it. But at this point, let's wait and see.
Hey, all the members of Nova, they're kind of corralled and choked up in this site. Right now, KRU, they're going to feel pretty good slamming, or if anything, just...
Yeah. Michaela's doing a great job.
Spike.
She's keeping a lot of eyes trained towards heaven. That flash went down towards ramp, freeing up this space. Biazik now drawing eyes. You're looking at Dodds here to make the most of it. Did she get checked? It doesn't seem to matter. Gonna find one. Where's the rest? We need the other players start scaling up towards this pillar side. Get that pressure building. They do it well. They're trying to trade in. Icebox, calm under pressure. Nova back to the walls, still hold their own.
Wow, the post plant, using those walls, using the map to their advantage, just not giving them anything in that retake, and that's exactly what you got to do in these post plants. Doesn't matter about your aim. Secure the round. Put the round win on the board, Lauren.
Yes, coach. Heard.
I would love to have you as a player, Lauren.
It's a dream come true.
Good vibes.
I know, man. There's potential there. Maybe not in Valorant. I'm just saying. Mechanically not there,
broke, just like that.
Yeah,
Nova,
no, money's in the bin.
Yeah, this attack side has really been the Nova show. They're really controlling this attack side so far. These rounds have been clean from them.
No, it's been nice to see. I was a little bit worried, but
and we're seeing the same thing again. Konir close up with this Bucky and the Prowler. I mean, I think we're going to see the same combo once again here.
We've been here before, and there it is. Good luck. Maybe you can TP out. Okay, so a little bit more slippery, right? Harder to do if when you're Dodds in that position. So a nice adjustment. They can now maybe create a little bit of a crossfire, trying to play in Dodds here. A lot to do. Oh! Yeah, a couple more of those, and maybe I'm paying more attention. That's a rifle and a quick kill. The big reset of this pace.
I love this look from Konir. This is a huge win condition that she's going to want to communicate over to the rest of her team for the rest of this half. Waste their util forward and reset, come back, and just defend the site. Love it. Love that look. I mean, Nova's just going to run out of utility eventually while Monch gets caught on a jiggle.
Yeah, a little unfortunate, Mikaela. I mean, that's a bold swing.
30 seconds left.
I mean, go KRU. What the hell, KRU? It's not meant to look that easy. They've got rifles, man. What the hell is going on? Dodds is the start and the end of the round with another Thrifty coming through, a MasterCard Thrifty in hand. They've got to be feeling good about that one.
I think that is our 4th or 5th MasterCard
it's
Thrifty
crazy.
in one map so far. This game is so back and forth. Nothing is free. And this map is just showing exactly why. These shots coming out for KRU, I mean, and it all started with Konir, right?
Yes.
Towards that B main, using that Omen kit and just wasting Nova's time. You love to see it. Huge ultimates, though, coming online right in the nick of time for Nova. They're going to be able to reset, not think twice about that Thrifty. They really like this grouped up A hit.
They do. Michaela's the one in trouble, but has help. Coming in from heaven, it's a little bit of a wild swing, but it's Shirazi to find Michaela. Watch has gone down, Dodds is captured. Is this back-to-back Thrifties we might be seeing? Clem is looking like she wants that to be the case. A ridiculous affair between these two. Never down and never out. Kinnear, what are you going to do now? You can already see the weapons being filtered down, trying to make sure everyone is well equipped. As Kinnear was pretty much the starting grace in the previous now. There's nothing more to be done. God, these back-to-back turns in these Thrifties.
It's just ridiculous. It's ridiculous, Lauren. And Shirazi is just a hero here for Nova's side. I mean, just using that deadlock ultimate like a showstopper, entering with it out. And look at Konir. She's just getting hunted right now. She's gonna want to hold on to this Vandal, but it's not gonna happen. Clem, another showstopper online. Huge ultimate to be able to continue controlling the pace of this attack side for Nova and KRU. Their money is shot. I mean, they just walked away with the 50-round win for themselves. Sure, Michaela has the ult online, but at this point, they gotta work with scraps coming into this round again.
Yeah, okay, look, MasterCard is getting their money's worth here. they never saw this coming. This is craziness. It doesn't happen again, right? It doesn't happen again. We don't get it again. No. Seekers, Monch one away. I mean, is it gonna get another step close to the ult? Dodd's got a Vandal. Well, you know, it's not over yet. Not over yet. They could
A little
be
bit of a desperation play. Unfortunate there.
And it felt isolated too. I don't mind it if there was a little bit more built around that, but it's what it is.
Yeah, the crouch definitely is a little too much, and yeah, you can see Konir's already just backing out. No one onto the site here.
Just hoping to catch one on the cross, really, and there's the smoke. Chip damage done, yeah, but again, not exactly enough to really change the outcome of the round so far. Looking at something else potentially. A couple of players coming back in through heaven. You still have Clem up towards it. Looking secure. And what's the goer? Maybe just off the back of this flash. Take a chance. Pop through the smoke. There it is. But Clem unaffected should be able to be the kind of securing factor. And yeah, this is looking very comfortable. Nicely done by Nova. Not having any more of that silliness going on. No more Thrifties.
Yeah, but man, those stingers, I can't believe the range on that gun sometimes. Cheer, just making that gun look so good.
Hey,
wiping them out.
Region is the one who did this to us, all right?
This is true. This is true.
Be done.
Timeout coming through here for KRU. They just want to stabilize, talk about their defenses. I mean, they've got 4 huge ultimates online right now, so they've got a lot of win conditions they can be talking about. I think if you're Monch on the side of KRU, you're communicating over to your team, hey, I'm going to ult mid, I need a protector. And at that point, you really just have to focus on the B extremity and the A main extremity, and that is Nova's win con so far. They've been very much grouped, and they've been slamming either one of these things. So KRU have all the answers coming into round 20 here.
Yeah, they've certainly got all the tools, right? They've got the purchase in place. They've got plenty of ults to play with. It's whether or not Nova has something in mind as well. It's always the kind of two sides to the coin as well, because obviously Nova get to have that chat as well. They can check in and maybe come up with something themselves. They do have Clemzol and Iceboxes too, so that Showstopper and that Nightfall all there. So plenty to be done. When does TENS play? Probably soon. Love the guy. You know, just the talisman of Valorant now. Doing his awards as well. Have you seen that?
Talisman.
No. That word really caught you off guard, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you, man. I was doing my homework. What can I say? I've been insulted for my language so far. I've had Mimi just piling into me. I don't even remember what the word was.
Toxins.
Well, let's see. Let's see where this well, the Viper's Pit not being used right off the rip. KRU working over towards A main. I'm a little surprised we didn't see that Viper's Pit from the start, but maybe could be reactive at this point. But as it stands, Nova gonna have to go fact-finding a little bit deeper.
Yeah, looks like Monch didn't want to give Clem a freebie here. And a lot of mind games in rounds like this when big ults are online. I love the off angle coming through here for Dodds. And that Prowler does push her back though.
I want to see if Clem was going to try and slip kind of behind that, maybe a little ahead of expectation, but just pause for a second. And the only ults so far invested are the Seekers.
Early ult to come out.
Yeah, it always kind of implies that they have this worry of information, right? And the Seekers taking their damn sweet time to go anywhere. And all it's really given them is that there was someone lurking A and there was players in middle, which we kind of already knew, but I guess it reassures Dodds in the fact that someone was that close position. Clem going to go down, and it feels like Nova's drifting here. They're not finding that same chance forward, and there is that ult coming in.
Not a huge fan of this Viper's Pit going down in the site like this, but there's only 20 seconds left.
Face your fear!
And it is the correct site, but that Fatal is going to push her all the way to the back, but look at Biazik's position, but she gets taken out.
How is this working out? This didn't look like it was going to work, but they're on the site pretty much. It's the plant that's the bigger issue. Alyssa trying to hold them back on CT. Plant's now in, time's on their side. Suddenly this goes topsy-turvy, and it's just Monch left alive in a 1v2.
What an awkward round. Monch's ult is out, but she gets pushed back.
Yeah, Monch has got an uphill struggle, can't keep that ult going anyway at this point. Gonna have to work it back in. As Nova has the numbers, they've got their HP now back up, that decay gone, and I thought Nova were out of that round.
It certainly looked like it, 4 versus 5 as well, but the ultimate, to be honest, I feel like KRU put themselves on the back foot there, just not able to see any lines. Sure, the ultimate is gonna make you lose HP, but that allowed Nova to wrap back around the site and even get closer up into Monch's face and really just isolate her towards that spawn. Unfortunate stuff. I totally get why KRU had to use that ult, but look at the energy shift now coming through for Nova as well. They're heating up, and Clem, she's been holding on to this showstopper for a long time, and that's just immediate.
Yeah, and that wall on the other side purely looking like it's just trying to keep Biazik safe. Oh, it's found the target too. It's looking simple stuff for Clem, tearing through the site. And it's comfort now, and it looks like 12 is fated to be on that board. What can KRU do about this? Probably frustration mounting too after the back of that timeout that gave them what feels like nothing.
Well, that was Konier using the Omen ultimate as well to try to help out her teammate.
Oh, she's on for the ace, man.
Fest.
And yeah, set up for it too. Clem with all 5 to put Nova on 12 rounds. They've got to be feeling like they're on cloud 9.
That's incredible, incredible. I mean, Clem just used her showstopper. She's again halfway through on the orbs for the next one, and that's just, it's such a momentum swing.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. And doing this on KRU's map choice as well. The map that they looked good on just yesterday.
And that's a tilter. I mean, especially after the head-scratching round, the round right before as well. It's got to be a deflator, but for KRU, they've got to be able to reset here. They've got a res in their hands. I'd like to see somebody going for a forward pick, group up, re-aggress on one of these lines.
It's just that little hesitation. It's always that fear to try and do it, but I'm with you. I'd love to see them play to a win con like that. So valuable to take maybe deeper control, but it doesn't look like it's being utilized in that way yet. Biazik's on her own as well. That'd be a big ultra move. It's gone. Yeah, the trade's there, but wrong way around almost, right?
That's a painful thing to see. Mikayla does equalize. Now, Konier is on an angle.
But these Prowlers are good. They're diligent, man.
Good.
Crossing the T's, dotting the I's. They've got this down. But it's not done yet, right? There's still 2 players here to hold this. Monch now trying to create a little bit of a crossfire potentially.
Dodds has arrived.
Dodds, yeah, here we go. Nova, time to burst, time to try and get that foot in the door, but KRU holding it down. Dodds, Monch, Konier in unison, leaving just Shirazi with 34 seconds. How much can one player do?
She said, you know what, if I'm going to die, I'm going to get everything I can before it happens. She's got full HP, and I mean, Shirazi has been incredible
Why
so
not go
far.
for it? A 1v3 needed to get across that line now. KRU stacked up together towards heaven. Isolates one. Expects the swing! Oh! She read it so well! She read it so damn well. That is wild. The 12-10. Lifeline for KRU, but man, they had to work for that.
She is just a star right now. Shirazi, what a pick from Alyssa as well. Man, Biazik, KRU, just unfortunate round. And look, on the side of Nova, all the ultimates are coming online to constantly press the issue, constantly apply the pressure. And the last time around when this deadlock was online, it was Shirazi leading the pace, going forward with that arm out.
Waiting for it now. What is the answer? What is the approach? It's a really big show towards A at the start. Now, whether or not they further commit to this, yet to be seen. An individual fight on the other side.
Oh, wow.
Big commit from both players there. Clem also going to be outdone. Hold on. This is not out of the woods yet. KRU starting to be willing to fight behind this.
A little bit too much of heroics. You saw Konir and Alyssa trying to send each other a message in this round. And things have really slowed down. Now that that Viper's wall is down for the side of Nova on the attack side, they've only got Cheers, Smokes to work with. And she has found a gap in mid. This will make Nova really commit towards this A.
Is anyone looking towards vents yet? No.
Uh-oh.
Hold on. This is where it could go wrong. Keep in mind we have a player coming in through the vents. They've just spent so many ults on this. Yeah, Dots is going to get the kill towards Shirazi. There it is. Okay. Should be safe now. There was a couple of moments though that could have gone completely wrong, but 12-11. We're back at a close game now.
We absolutely are. That's huge stuff for KRU. I mean, they were able to waste out the big ultimate of Shirazi in a 3 versus 5. That will be huge to be able to solidify and secure this OT for themselves. But a timeout for Nova. Ah, man. The shots for Mikaela.
Yeah, and again, you look back at that round, it felt like two really individual fights they were taking. Those, as you said, trying to go for heroics. I don't think they needed to. But it's that want to close out, that want to just take the fight, take the win. Okay, let's get across the line, get it done. For KRU, though, still very much in this affair, still very much willing to scrap. I'm looking at the purchase, it's not going to be perfect. There will be missing some aspects for KRU. I'm seeing a Bulldog already in play. Biazik should be able to get somewhat of a purchase here. I'm looking to see what she comes out with. It should be fine. On the other side, wait and see how this lands as well. They've got plenty of money on the Nova side. But yeah, again, it felt like just too many individual efforts there. Just get on the same page. Run it like you have been in those last 4 rounds, you'd be fine. But again, it's easier said than done. That final round's always the hardest.
Yeah, giving away too many freebies. For the Nova side of things, they've got a pretty decent plan here for the last round of the half. They've got this Viper's ult, so you know they're going to want to group up, make sure they get their Viper escorted into the site for a post plant. And I'm expecting to see this Omen ult coming into play as a crosshair displacer when they actually want to execute onto the site.
Does Kinnear consider that they can purchase an operator here? That's what I'm waiting on, because Kinnear's been good at controlling this angle. I don't think she beats an op, though, so...
Attack side op for Clem, though.
Yeah, it is purely being used as a checkmate there. Okay, so it's going to ward away Kinnear on the first angle, disrespecting the smoke as well. Clem going deeper, wanting to control this area. Don't need to overextend, though. You can pause on this for a second.
You know those communications came through from Alyssa saying, hey, this Omen, Konir, she's been ego challenging me. Let's buy an op and let's find that pick.
Watching here.
Love the comms coming through here for Nova. But KRU, now they know the op is on the board. Now they know not to just peek B main dry, so that smoke does go down early from Cheer.
Prowler handled up towards heaven, so Monch still unconfirmed in attendance, but considered. Wimbot going to find nothing. About 50 seconds here. Still got that res on Biazik. Keep that in mind. That is a factor in this if required. Slow and steady towards middle. It's Dodds on the other side. Gonna get caught on the jump back over, but doesn't receive any damage. Paint Shell goes into stall. Can't work off the Prowler yet. The scale up being slowed down. This is nice. Good. Hindrance on approach. Util in. It's time to go, but it doesn't deny the bullets. Flying on through. Dodds looking lethal. Gonna get 2 of these kills, but where's the rest? Looking towards the side. Kinnear now kicking in. This is looking like it's got OT written all over it. Icebox and Shirazi though. The 2 remainders. And Kinnear is being a nuisance. Love this reposition. This post plant won't feel safe now, even with that spike down.
Look at all these defenders. They're just stuck behind this deadlock wall. Shirazi knows it.
Face your fear!
And here we go. The flash is fantastic as Icebox, the last one alive. KRU, no matter the odds, no matter the score, taking us the distance.
My goodness. And that looked like a round that KRU should be able to just dominate, or rather have a tough time on, but Nova, they just couldn't find the answer. They couldn't find the picks. And this utility, look at this deadlock wall. It was completely cutting off Dodds off the line. Monch was trying to help her, but somehow, some way, Dodds is still able to find herself 2 kills. And that just makes a round for Nova's utility. None of it happened to work out. Shirazi not finding as much value in this round with that deadlock kit as we've been seeing in the past. And they've got to come up with an answer. They're switching it up, sending Shirazi over towards this A. You can see a bunch of trips set up, and this is a pretty decent response. It looks like KRU, they want to test their waters towards here. Ah, Shirazi just picked up one of those trips. I thought she was setting up for Clem towards this A main, but she recalled it back. Early deadlock wall. Oh, that cuts off Dodds completely.
Yeah, and we kind of saw this before, though, that 2 of them could skip over that utility, right? So quite likely they put a player there to maybe deal with it, but a 1-for-1 trade out. Big info for Alyssa and Shirazi. Slow goes in, implying further progress being made towards Heaven. They burst through this again. Actually, just out of line of the flash. Really nice LOS on that for Alyssa. Shirazi looking to try and reposition to maybe be in support or just catch that cross down towards site. And this could be a stall out towards Heaven. It looks like it is.
Aware.
Alyssa, such heads up work towards Heaven. Loving that deeper reposition towards that CT side. And they're boxed in here. There's very few ways out for KRU.
Icebox finding the information she was looking for, so just tucking, not giving any sort of picks for KRU. Monch trying to find something through that Viper's wall, and that's good damage, but 40 seconds. If Michaela can find this pick onto Icebox, that could open up the round for KRU, but such an angle there.
Spike down.
Yeah, that might be the be-all and end-all here. Yeah, it is. Nova, way better across the board to push up to 13. And KRU just not given much room there at all. I've got to look at Alyssa there, though, for me, Christine. She was so good at kind of those repositions, playing around that flash, just LOSing the lines of sight there. Really well done.
It was really this opening here. As soon as Dodds lands on that satchel, I mean, Shirazi's wall stopped the rest of KRU from coming through. And you saw Konir committing and landing onto that TP from that Omen kit to try to help, but this deadlock kit coming through huge to disrupt and not allow KRU any sort of space.
Yeah.
And we were just talking about the round prior too. It was the deadlock kit that didn't come through. So it's a huge trade-off. But I mean, for Nova and Shirazi, she's making it work.
Yeah, so once again, the question gets put to KRU. Do you have something to bring out here? Another chance to drag this ahead. And we've seen OTs with this team before. Hell, we saw it just yesterday. So pretty rough for them to kind of, back-to-back this sort of thing. It can be exhausting, but they seem very much up for the challenge. I'm going to keep my eye towards Dodds this time. I'm seeing the purchase coming out. That operator is in hand.
Yeah, the last time, a timeout from Nova, we saw an op in Clem's hands. This time for Dodds, no armor, though, on the back of it. But she does have a pocket Sky and a pocket Sage, double heal duty. I mean, there's definitely a world where Dodds goes for a forward peek here early. He's able to get rewarded. All 5 members very much grouped here for Nova. We've been seeing this A main under hot contention, so Dodds, she's picked the right line. She is here.
This feels like feast or famine, right? This is going to be Dodds. What can you do? Maybe a little pop flash for her. No, it's the Dodds to start, and there's the grab net coming in. This is all going to get so sketchy. Dodds does really well. Michaela's still in the corner. Oh, she's gone back in again. Dodds holding down the line. No access towards the site here as Alyssa and Shia have no option. You're behind a smoke. You've got so much to do. And KRU, right read, right place for Dodds. And it looks like double OT is on the cards.
It certainly does. And you say right reads. I mean, it seems like both teams had just a read spot on. I mean, the combos landing, but Dodds just hitting all her shots. I mean, the operator, 1 shot, 1 kill. It doesn't matter if you're sat with the grab. Both players very much grouped, and Dodds has a free line here.
There's nothing to push her off this, right? This is pure lock this down, get the job done. Nice little shoulder checker like that, but yeah, you're right. It's rewarded too. Oh, it's just gorgeous. KRU, 5 alive, message sent with a flawless to take them into double OT.
And right in the nick of time as well. Yeah. What beautiful calls. We didn't really see a defense up the entirety of this first half, and just that change of pace coming out from both these raises. Dawes just making a movie towards this A main.
Oh, that's brutal as well, right? Like that little adjustment, the fact we hadn't seen it through regulation. It just didn't come out. Yeah, we saw Clem with it, and actually we're seeing it again with Clem. So going back in for that.
Anything you can do, I can do better. Clem going towards this B main.
Oh, tag!
That's a good shot, but so many heals on the side of KRU. Biazik's just gonna be able to feel good, and Michaela might find some sort of timing here, but that Prowler, enough information.
There's 3 behind this. No, we've got to be careful. And there's the refight. Actually, Monch! How are you getting 2 out of that? I thought the first on the trade would be fine, but actually getting more.
Yeah, and KRU should have a decent idea about which agents have been starting towards A. They've got it, and they've got the read. They know A side is clear. Gonna put themselves into a post, and look, we talked about that ult from Clem. No armor on a retake. And that Viper's Pit just makes it so tough for the defenders.
It feels like the checkmate, right? Like how you meant to get past that. That's a good start. 3v3. Okay, hold on. Not out of the woods yet. Dodds, prepare. Get themselves ready. Playing in this Viper's Pit, gonna try and slip back with the timing. I thought I actually might have just flipped there, but no. Clem gonna be forced away with the paint shell. And that ult in combination, time now starting to tick. It's Kinnear to find Alyssa, and this looks like it's falling in the hands of KRU. Getting the first in this double OT, pushing up to 14.
Wow, the operator definitely didn't come into play this time around, but KRU, it seems like they're getting warmed up into this OT. These last 2 rounds have been very decisive for them. It just seems like every time on the attack side right now, the key is, in this game at least, is all 5 members, let's group up. Let's just keep it simple and group up. But let's see if Nova have that same look. No, it looks like it's a 1-3-1 start. They want to default it out. And we haven't seen either of these teams come towards this mid in quite some time in a few rounds.
Oh, Dodds just getting over towards Mel. Still got that Omen battle on B going on. And it feels so mirrored on this almost.
Go get it.
Once again, that Boombot should give away a little bit of presence. That's at least 2 players heard there, so good info on that. One's got to be careful not to get caught out. You can see that trap building then for a second.
A main play as well. 2 plays going on at the same time. There's so much pressure on the defenders. They've got to make a move and push.
Oh, what? Alyssa, you're getting 2 there, are you? KRU had her dead to rights.
Monch is stuck now all alone. And she's got to be able to snake her way.
Copy killed.
That's a huge
After the trade, there it is, right? Like there was a second where there was a chance that maybe she could have reset, but and Kinnear's down on 30 HP. I still can't believe Nova have done this again. How many OTs are we going to get here?
Oh my goodness.
Jesus, we're going again, 14-14.
And I was just about to say that in this round, I loved what KRU were doing.
Yeah.
You know, we saw Biazik and Michaela sending that Skydog towards A to try to bully Monch off that angle and find an opening, but they weren't able to do it because Alyssa is just gonna wipe them out and get a double kill with the Vandal. Had Alyssa gone down in that moment, there was definitely a chance.
Yeah.
There was a world, but what a response coming through.
It's getting tense now though, isn't it? It feels like you just don't want to be that one to make the mistake to drop the ball, to take the eyes off the prize. So KRU back on the attack here. Another chance. Yeah, gonna take that early B main space. Walk towards middle. KRU gonna have to get past that hurdle, which they've done. But yeah, you can see who's waiting. Shirazi shouldering this.
Pushing back Shirazi, gonna make her use that grav net, and this mid area has just been the same case. Waste some utility, trade it out, and kind of poke around, try to get that map control. And you can see Monch here, her job is just to create a presence. Oh, if she was able to LOS that dog, there was a world, but either way for her, she's still okay with that. Now the defenders think an A main hit is imminent, but look at this, all of KRU, they're grouped up towards this B main.
And this burst from KRU has been good. It's been hard to deal with.
Oh no!
She stuck around a little too long in that. Had the opportunity to back away, but Alyssa is here. Got them the magical 2 kills last time, not able to repeat that level of success. And KRU just bulldozering the site. There was very little opportunity for a fight back. At this point, it's down to Clem and Icebox to make a mountain out of a molehill. There's actually a player in between them as well, which makes it even harder. Monch somehow sitting in between both of these players. Hello. Yeah, a little uncomfortable there as Clem's options become near on 0. KRU sending a message this time. First to make it up to 15, with 5 standing too.
Yeah, beautifully called, really well done. I mean, you saw as soon as that dog went out at A main, that's when they started pushing towards that B. It's unfortunate for Cheer. I mean, she had her smoke out and just, she didn't have the vision to know that a slow was at her feet and a paint shell was coming through. Unfortunate, but insane timing for KRU, and that's what's been so dangerous on this map so far from both sides on the attack side. I mean, the minute you try to catch a breath or look up at your mini-map, that's when you're getting pounced on.
Yeah, it almost feels unlucky, right? If you if you look at it in that aspect, but now it's time for Nova's opportunity on the attack here again. Again for KRU, though, they've started to look a little bit scary in my eyes, especially in that previous. So what does Nova do now?
Ooh, that Skybird caught no one. Would love to see Nova start walking up right at this timing, but Biazik does have that long line. Now that Viper's Wall going up forces the Skydog to come out.
Ooh. Not the first time we've seen Kinnear kind of toy with this, but a little bit later in the round, still exploring to keep an eye on that B main control, force them to use utility, and this should give a little bit more confidence on the rest of KRU to keep players on this side of the map that she's able to explore that B main side. So look at that wall to come in. That's a nice tool to slow things down, make sure they funnel through towards either, main approach. And KRU, they've got a lot of people here.
Love this regress coming through here for Biazik. This is a strong A setup for KRU. 3 members. Monch still has that Viper's Molly in her pocket.
Nice flash. Oh, it's so good from Michaela. Clem unable then to scale towards site. You can see the stall as well. Smoke. Viper Spit on the floor as well. Prowler goes in. Dodd's waiting too. So you've got 4 bodies now on this side of the map. Nova might be running out of steam at the final hurdle. 17 seconds, they have to make a go. And it ain't gonna be pretty. It's a massacre towards the A site. KRU make it out of the maze of this map in the end.